we're going to have a look at brick stitch, which is not to be confused with long and short stitch. It is very similar, and I think a lot of people's long and short stitch can look a bit like brick stitch, and they kind of wonder why it hasn't sort of blended in the way that long and short stitch should do. So brick stitch is a long stitch and then a short stitch, which obviously sounds very much like long and short stitch, but they are the same length each time. So with long and short, you mix up the lengths. A little bit shorter, a little bit longer, very long, short, all sorts of different lengths. With this one, we're just going to do long then short, and I've actually drawn out lines to make it easier. And I definitely would advise it, if you are going to do brick stitch, to do some lines. It's not difficult to do, but doing it well can take a bit of practice, because it has to be very even. So it's not a stitch that I use very much at all, actually, because I am a lot more free with my stitching, not very precise a lot of the time. So we're going to start with a short stitch. It's just up and down in a normal straight stitch. And then the next one next to where you came up originally. But full length. I'm using 6 strands, which is why it's a little bit chunky, but I want you to get the picture of what it actually looks like, and that's easier with the more strands you use. I'm going a bit slow because I really want to be precise and on the lines. Go small again. You can see the pattern building up. This would be a lot easier on a wider thread fabric, like your cross stitch fabric. But as long as you've got your guidelines, it's not too difficult. And actually, to give you the full picture, I really need to draw the next line, and I'll show you what the second row of brick stitches will look like. Let's do that now. So I've drawn an extra line there now. I'm going to do a few more stitches here, and then we'll work our way back across, and you'll get to see the brick effect completely, because I think you can see it now, but not the whole effect. Right, I'm going to go down this side now. So where you did a long stitch here, we're going to do a short stitch next to it. Try not to split the stitch. And where you did a short stitch, you're going to come up and do a long stitch. Oh, you can see a very slightly little indent in my stitching there. Didn't quite hit my line. And that's all you need to worry about with this stitch. It is basically a straight stitch up and down, but it's the positioning that keeps it looking very firm. Skipped a stitch there, so I'm just going to come back up here. Down there, that's where it should be. Could be used vertical, horizontal. You get more of the effect using it horizontally as a brick. But I imagine it would have lots of different uses. I don't actually see it in kits at all, I don't think. But it is quite an easy stitch to do, so maybe you could do some designs with brick stitch in, and it would make your designs a little bit different to what else is out there. That is brick stitch.